By the end of this video, you are going to be able to use the edit mode in Blender. So right now, if you can see on the top left corner of your user interface, we are currently in object mode. Now, in object mode, you basically see all your objects. Now, we want to go into edit mode to see our geometry. What is our primitive object made up of? So as you can see, this monkey is a mesh that we got from our last video when we did Shift A to get in our monkey. So we're gonna go into the edit mode. So go into edit mode just like that, and we are in our edit mode. So as you can see, there's another shortcut way to go to edit mode. So let's go back into object mode. To go into edit mode, you can just press tab on your keyboard. That is our shortcut key. So as you can see, we can see vertices. So your mesh in Blender is made up of vertices, edges, and faces. Right now, we are in vertex select mode, so we can only select your vertices. So we can currently just selecting our vertices. Now that is what the edit mode is for, to edit your geometry in a non-destructive way, but sometimes it can be destructive if you don't do it correctly. So now to go, we are in vertex select mode, you just press 1 to go into vertex select mode. Now to go into edge select mode, you can just go over here, press this edge select button over here, or you can just press 2, which is our shortcut key. So then you can see we can only select our edges. And then 3 to go into face select mode, you can only select your faces. So once we have done that now, what we're going to do is that we are going to now use these tools on the left hand side of your edit mode. So let's go over here. We're going to pull this out, and as you can see, we can see the names of these tools. We are only going to use some of these, the ones that are very common, and then the ones that we're going to use to model our end results, that are mushroom animation that I showed you in the intro. So we're going to first look at over here the extrude region. Now if you don't know what it does, what you can do is that you can hover over it. So for example, extrude region, and it says extrude freely or along an axis, and then it also tells you shortcut keys, which is shift spacebar or E. So first we're going to look at our extrude region. But I'm not gonna test this monkey because this monkey is very detailed. We're gonna actually test this on a cube. Now when I add the cube, it's not gonna be here because that is not where our 3D cursor is. So if I look over here, my 3D cursor is over there, and you probably learned from my last video that to move a 3D cursor to this world origin, we have to do Shift S and then cursor to world origin. So let's delete our default cube, and then we're going to move over here and add in our cube, so that's in our center of world origin. So let's move this up on our Z axis, so it's up here. So let's go into the edit mode, so tab and to go to edit mode. Currently we are in face select mode. So in face select mode, to extrude a specific face, you just have to press E when you're selecting a face. So press E, select, I'm going to extrude it out. Normally it's going to extrude out on the Z normal. So it's going to E to extrude out. And then basically you can do it for any side, any face, E to extrude out. And you can create very cool shapes with this. So just keep on E to extrude it out, any length. And as you can see, you can create cool stuff with this. Looking cool. That's E to extrude. You can even extrude in, or you can extrude out. And do not make sure that these do not collide. So as you can see, we made it collide over here, so it may look a bit weird over here, as you can see. So that is what the extrude key does, extrude a specific face. What we can also do is actually extrude a edge or a vertex. So let's go into edge select mode, and then we are going to select this edge, and then what we can do is just do E to extrude this specific edge, and then we can quickly G to grab, so we can move it, and then you can place it right there. Now one thing I want to show you is that if we go into vertex select mode, we can combine these two vertices. So we have this vertex, there's one vertex over here that we can't see is under here. So let's quickly go inside. You can see that we have one vertex over here, and one vertex over here. We want to merge them together, so we just press M, merge at center, so they are merged together. This is something like this. Then we can just move this on the x-axis and move it back to its normal position. So that is what this looks like. What just happened is that I had selected 3 of these. As you can see, I selected this one. So let's quickly shift select. So we're not selecting this one over here. Let's quickly go under our mesh. Just over here. Deselect this one. And then we can merge at center. So now it's only going to merge these 2. I selected this one as well. And then quickly select these 2. This one over here. And the one inside over here. And then merge at center. So now these are merged together. So now they're basically one thing. So now we have looked at the extrusion tool in edit mode. Now we're going to look at the inset faces. Now what does the inset faces does? It insert new faces into selected faces. So this only works in face select mode. So we have to select 3 to go into face select mode or over here. So let's select over here. What we can do is that we can do I to inset. And as you can see, it insets and creates this square rectangle shape. So now once we have done that, what does the E key? I'm going to press I. You can do it multiple times. So basically you do I multiple times and you create multiple times. You can also scale it up to a specific need. So that's what it does. So I'm going to go over here. I to inset, and then we can E to extrude it. I to inset, E to extrude, and keep on doing it. I to inset, and then you can just keep on doing it to create a special effect. And then you could probably notice it's creating like this type of thing. As you can see, create something this, and then we can use what we learned. So go into edit mode and in vertices select mode and merge them at center. So we create this pointy thing at the end. That just looks very cool, and we created just that by extruding and insetting our faces. Let's go back into edit mode and we're going to look at the bevel key. Now you are going to be probably noticing that our edges right now are a bit too rough. Our edges right now are a bit too rough. So if we go over here into bevel, we can bevel this, but we're going to bevel it using the shortcut key in edge select mode. So over here, select the edge. It is a bit we can just pull the string and it would bevel it for you, but we're going to use our, let's say we're going to use our shortcut key. So select this, we're going to do Control B, and it's going to bevel this. Maybe this is not going to be a good example. As we can see this triangle over here. So let's see, for example, over here, if we do Control B, we're going to bevel this. So we're going to smooth out the specific edge, and then we can also add some extra vertices to smooth it even out more. So as you can see, we create this very smooth curve at the edge. And then we can also do shade it auto smooth to smooth it out even more. That's what the bevel key does. And then lastly, we're going to look at the loop cut. So what does a loop cut do? What it does is that it creates loops or extra geometry, extra edges in your geometry. So if we do Control R, which is our shortcut key, it will add in a loop. So left click to place it, right click to confirm, and then as you can see, you create an extra loop. So if we now go to face select mode, we can do E to extrude, I to insert, and then we can do this over here, Control B to bevel, and look at that. That looks a bit weird, but you get what I mean. This is all the basic editing tools you need to know. And in my next video, we're gonna go into the edit mode again. We're gonna model something super cool. As you can see, we went from this cube over here and we transformed it into this miraculous thing. So in my next video, I am going to show you how to model in the edit mode from a basic primitive shape into our mushroom that I showed you in the intro. So I'm going to see you in my next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video.